Well, fix one, and another one down there is now popping. So, let's go look. Wow, looky there. That used to be a slug. All better. But now, we have one over there. So, let's go look at that one. I'm pretty sure that is a poison oak vine. So, going to have to handle this one with kid gloves. And another connector that needs to be replaced. And another one. Dang nabbit. Well, you can't really tell it. But my back trail was getting a little overgrown. So I came out here by hand and kind of cleaned it out just a little bit. Those who have been here before can see the trail pretty clearly. Those who have never been here before, it might take a second to kind of pick it out. But down yonder is the horse training playground, and I'll show you some more here in a minute. So that's where we were a few minutes ago. This is the beginning of the horse training playground. You see a couple obstacles we put up down yonder. It's slightly overgrown. I started on this about 2 summers ago. Did it all by hand with a handsaw. And then I got a chainsaw for Christmas. And so I'm slowly going through here and clearing this all out. This is what I need to clear out next. You can see I've kind of started on it, but nothing too terrible major. All right, show you the next section. Okay, more of the horse training playground. You see we've got noodles, we've got strings, we've got flags, shower curtain, obstacle boards. Like I said, I cleaned out all of this by hand, and then I got a chainsaw for Christmas, so you see I've done quite a bit of cleanup. Okay, again, same story. Cleared out by hand, got a chainsaw recently. This is going to be the cow's field. Once I clean it up some more, you see I got some burn piles all through there. I clear this all out, seed it, fence it, and then I'll turn it into the cow field. Done quite a bit. Got quite a bit more to go. As you can see, as I clear, I use some of the fallen trees to create a path. This was a trail large enough for 2 horses, or in my rule book, an ATV with a buggy. So you can see I've done quite a bit of work. I got one of my hunting stands down yonder. Show you when we get a little closer. So one of our deer hunting blinds. Season doesn't start until around October, but we've got cameras out now looking for their migratory paths. Every year it gets a little different, a little more difficult. You see my little trail here, large enough for an ATV and a yard buggy. These woods I'm going to leave alone. Got to give the deer something to get through. Same with this. I'm going to probably turn that into a 50-yard gun range. So if you've been here before, you can probably tell I've made some headway. If you've never been here before, it kind of looks like a mess, but trust me, there has been lots of headway. Okay, almost down to the gun range. You see my little trail. This was really getting overgrown, so I came through here today and kind of cleaned it out by hand. If you look real closely down yonder, you'll see another one of my deer stands. That's the beginning of one of my targets for the gun range. Again, I'm going to leave this all alone because this is a nice natural berm for the gun range. Alright, that's the trail leading up the hill. Again, the beginnings of the gun range. Got a couple Viking Solution steel targets. It's a 35-yard gun range. Nothing fancy. Trail continues over to that handmade bridge that I made, and the trail that leads on up towards the house. And then here is what I call the deer stand, the deer table. This is where we've been feeding the deer. So this is the entrance to the 35-yard gun range. Nothing fancy, just a means to get out here and plink some. A couple of you have been down here and enjoyed it. Hope to get you guys back out here again shortly. Haven't really had a chance to clear it out a whole lot, just kind of keep it maintained. Gets overgrown really super fast. Right there is the entrance to what I'll be building as a 50-yard gun range. The trail that leads to the handmade bridge, which then takes you up towards the house. Homemade bridge leads up to the gun range, also leads to the house. Put a post up on Facebook looking for structural engineers who would have some knowledge about homemade footbridges. This is strong enough to hold my truck to get across if I needed to. Problem that I'm having is a creek, which is never supposed to flood, has flooded probably 8 times in the last 3 years, and as such it's washed out my concrete footers. So I've kind of got it patched right now. I've had it tested up to 1,400 pounds, and it hasn't moved or flexed or anything. But if you are bored and are looking for something to do, sure could use a hand with reinforcing it, because I don't think it's going to last another year. Okay, so again, path from the bridge leads up to the house. Over here to the right is what I call the horse playground. We send the boys down here when it gets really exceptionally hot. It's real shaded with trees. Not really cleaned out a whole lot, just enough for them to move around. Gets them off the pasture, gives them some shade. They seem to really enjoy it. They're not down here at the moment. But, all right, path to the house. Boy, I'm going to cut that shit out. That didn't work. All right, so let's try this again. Blooper reel. So on today's episode of In the Creek Without a Paddle,